I'm using 5 different lights to make this look good. It still doesn't. It's okay. That's blue. That's why there's like a bluish thing here. If you see it, it's my imaginary friend. Say hi. This is Cornflakes. We're acquainted. Yes. My light looks so appetizing in that. I don't mean like in the way of eating. I mean like it looks like it's in pain. I don't know how that related to appetizing, but that's besides the point. So in this video, I was supposed to review studying because studying is very important for you guys. You should study. I'm going into 6th year. I'm gonna do my leaving cert in a year time. I should be studying. So naturally, you'd expect me to review studying. But no, I'm not reviewing studying actually. What I'm gonna do is review ChatGPT. Not as in the way like how like tech YouTubers review ChatGPT. I'm struggling. It's okay. And this is why I passed the leaving cert. The oral exam for French and Irish, we're up there. I'm glad there isn't one for English because that's the one that's struggling the most. How, you may ask, despite it being the language I speak the most? Who knows? But you know, because at least in Irish and French, everyone struggles. So to review ChatGPT, we're not reviewing like its specs or what it does and like its limited scope of knowledge to like 2021 and ChatGPT 4 and whatnot, that stuff. Ugh, boring. What we're reviewing is how it's helped me in my life and what you should not be asking ChatGPT to do. The first thing you should never ask ChatGPT to do is to write an entire project for you without being able to understand. See, of course, exposing myself is my favorite thing to do. So I do a subject and I do, wow, that was so specific. I do many subjects. Okay, you know what? We're gonna start from the beginning. Never ask ChatGPT to do your maths homework if you don't understand maths. Like, because here's the reason, you see. ChatGPT will give you an answer, but that answer won't be the same as the one on the back of the book. But that's also not the same answer your genius friend got, who's so genius, might I add. Not actually. And then that's all completely different to the answer the teacher had on the board. Like, girly, where's she pulling that from? And then she looks at it like it's wrong, but then it's actually right because she's like super smart, because obviously she's a maths teacher, she's big brained. So never ask ChatGPT to do your math homework because ChatGPT doesn't know maths just like you. Like homie is struggling here, okay? Like, me and ChatGPT, we struggle together. We're like bonding over the emotionality of not being able to do maths. It's a whole vibe. And the second point, which was supposed to be the first point, so number 2, if you use it in a project, which you don't use in the project, but if you do, never say that you use ChatGPT as a reference, because I learned this the hard way, that if you're gonna reference ChatGPT, don't. That's my advice. I literally scared my teacher away. Like, he was so horrified. Bro actually face palmed in front of like the entire examination hall. No joke. It's okay. I survived the embarrassment, but I did have to run away because I couldn't deal with the embarrassment. It was insane. Then I also had to explain the entire project, which I did not expect we actually had to do. Number one, I can't speak. My speaking ability is that of a toddler who was electrocuted in the head. But I managed without letting loose a few words. But I don't know how to explain ChatGPT. It was too smart for me. Because we all know I don't know what deaf means. Like, not as in like I'm actually deaf in one ear, but that's something different. Another thing you should never ask ChatGPT to do. This is not from personal experience. Also, if you hear my chair creak, that's not my fault. My siblings use it as literal swing. It's broken. The third thing you should never ask ChatGPT to do is how to make warfare happen. Like, there's enough wars in this world. If you've seen Ukraine, if you've seen Yemen, if you've seen Syria, there's so many wars in this world. We don't need another one. So no, please don't create warfare, teenage men. It's You're happy to do it on like, I don't know, like Warzone or Valorant. We don't need an actual real life war. Personally, I just know. And next thing, number 4, you should never ask ChatGPT to create a religion. Why? Like, of course I want everyone to worship me because I am the center of the world, definitely. That is so clapped, but it's okay. But just don't create another religion. We don't need more. There's many to choose from. Some with very different ideologies from the others, and some very peaceful. All of them are peaceful. You gotta respect. If you don't want a religion, if you just want to love yourself, just tell everyone that you have a big fat ego rather than creating a whole religion for it. Next thing, don't ask ChatGPT how to make drugs or invent new drugs, which I don't know who actually asked to invent new drugs. I never asked ChatGPT to make drugs because my chemistry teacher told us how to make drugs anyways. Like, if you want to learn how to make drugs, just do chemistry. Yeah, like, we learned how to make meth, guys. We're so cool. Could I cook you up meth right now? Probably not. And if I could, I'd probably be in juvie. But that's not the point. The point is, don't ask ChatGPT to do it. For all of these things, I oddly feel like ChatGPT just collects your data and gives it to the FBI. What they gonna do? Track me down in Ireland? Probably. But no, I did not. I am not being tracked down. It's okay. They're gonna leak my IP address everywhere. There's many things you shouldn't ask ChatGPT to do. Another thing you shouldn't ask ChatGPT to do. I think this should have been number 1. This honestly should have been number 1. Never ask it to write your English essay. This was the one thing that actually made my English teacher love me, guys. That I did not ask ChatGPT to write my English essay. This sounds like I'm oddly being sarcastic. I'm not. She literally told me my essay was too fucking shit to be written by ChatGPT, because my entire class one day decided that they all wanted to use ChatGPT, so they all ended up with the same fucking word, foreboding, which I wrote as well, but like mine was written just so poorly, just so fantastic. I don't know why I'm getting so pressed about this, but actually I know why. I will tell you guys why you shouldn't ask it to write your English essay. That woman made our entire class write an English essay as punishment, me included. Like, bro, what I do to you? But it's okay. It's fine because I got through it. I sat through that whole class writing an essay. Do you know how many pages I got? 2. In an hour. But somehow in 2 hours I got 10. So, I don't know. It's just magic mystery fingers. But yeah, please don't ask it to do that. And also, relating to English, don't ask it to make summaries, because for some odd reason it can't make a summary past chapter 10. I feel like that was just a very oddly specific thing. If you guys had to read that book I had to read, which I did not read, quite frankly, because I was not gonna read through that whole boring ass book, but ChatGPT summarized it for me up till chapter 10. What was I supposed to do after that point, you may ask? Lucky for me, Google has all the answers anyways, except when it tells me that I'm gonna die. It's okay. Like, I survived, and you survived too. And these are my little tips on what you should not be asking ChatGPT to do. From part of them are from my personal experience, and some of them it's just common sense. Just don't ask ChatGPT to do that stuff. But in my opinion, from my usage of it, I feel like people don't use it as a learning tool. People use it to make life easier, which it should be used for. Anyways, that was my little summary on all the things I've probably not googled what. This video is getting too plat, bro. But like all the things you should not be asking ChatGPT. Adios.